Just a quick note before we get started. You're going to want to share this video with somebody. So make sure that you subscribe and that you click the notification bell. You're going to then be able to get all my videos as soon as I upload them. But you want to share this video as soon as you get done seeing it because it's going to help someone else. All right, let's get into the video. Hey guys, welcome back to Tracie's Place. I'm glad you're back with me today for another video. As you can see, I don't have any food in front of me, so this is not a mukbang. I'm talking about a little bit more of a serious topic, so I didn't want to have food on and trying to concentrate on food. But please, if you like to watch things while you eat, feel free to pause the video, go get you something to snack on, you know, something to munch on or eat a meal. It doesn't make me any difference. I'm just happy to have you and tuning in for this topic as well. Okay, we're going to go ahead and get started. You saw the title and you know that it is about comparing yourselves to other women and basically self-esteem issues. Today we are inundated on Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, I wouldn't say Twitter, I don't think they have pictures, but even YouTube even, and different movies and shows and things like that, but especially on social media because we nowadays, almost everybody, young and old, is on social media. So we see the Instagram models, and sometimes it's not even models necessarily, they're regular people, and they look like they have a fabulous lifestyle, the nice cars, the nice body, the nice hair, makeup done just right and everything. And sometimes that can leave you feeling some type of way if you don't have a healthy dose of self-esteem yourself. And you might say, who is her? Because it doesn't just include the social media women. It also includes, oh, your friend, you know, your friend who has the good job, who just seems to have a plethora of money and you're, you know, scraping by. She might have the, you know, men just at her feet almost, you know, never at a loss for having a date or anything like that. It might be the coworker whose hair you're always admiring or who dresses just right, color coordinates to the T, and nails always done, blah, blah, blah. It could be, oh goodness, it could be the lady at church. Someone who you admire, but you think, oh gosh, I can never be her. She seems to have everything all together. Her children even look good all the time. You know, it could be your neighbor whose house looks good inside and out, and you know you have trouble just keeping up, you know, with your living room. So it could be so many different women that we see day in and day out. But on the other hand, it is okay to have someone to look up to. If there is someone that you know is truly holding certain standards and, you know, different things, and you kind of, yeah, I'd like to be like that. I would like to better myself, and I kind of like, you know, what she has going on, or there's some attribute that she has going on. She might be a timely person. She might be a person, you know, that dresses nice, or is not attitudinal and different things like that. She has a good look about herself inwardly and outwardly. It's all right to then, if somebody's doing something that's right, to want to kind of pattern yourself after them as an example, but not to be like them exactly. Still have your own thing going on. Be yourself. But one thing I wanted you to know, that you are fearfully and wonderfully made. Okay, God said, you know, in the word it says you are fearfully and wonderfully made. So it helps to have a good self-esteem within yourself, so that when you're inundated with all these things, you don't have a meltdown. Almost, it's like almost every day we hear of people committing suicide or having depression, and bad relationships or different things like that. And sometimes it's just an inward toil that's going on. It's not necessarily everything outward, but sometimes it's inward in how you deal with things. Sometimes people are depressed because I think they have a self mitigating factor as far as they don't think that they measure up. And you don't have to look like anyone else. You don't have to act like anyone else. You don't have to just, be like anyone else. God made you who you are. You come here with certain gifts and talents and different things that make you you. Nobody can beat you being you. Okay, remember that. Nobody can beat you being you. You're the only you out there. So it is important to be the best you that you can be, though. Sometimes people just say, well, I'm just going, I'm just grumpy. I just don't like to smile. I just don't do this. And I just don't. And, they leave it like that. And they just think that's okay. And that's how people are going to have to accept them. Well, no, that's not right either. That's not having a good dose of self-esteem. That's like, saying, I know I'm not going to get no better. I'm not going to try to be no better than I am. I'm just going to take the lazy route and I'm just going to be me. I'm just going, I do me and you do you. But that's not the right attitude either. There are some stances or some attitudes and behaviors and personalities and things that you should not have. So I don't want it to go way over to the other spectrum, saying that, you're fearfully and wonderfully made and you don't have to make any adjustments. Yes, you do. You cannot go around being rude to people, just being nasty and not being friendly. And, some people don't have the most friendly character. They're not outgoing. They're not real talkative and different things like that. That's okay. If you don't have anything to say, don't be fake and, try to, talk up something. People know when you're being fake. But be the best you can be. You can still be on the quiet side and still be kind. You can still not have a grimace on your face, a ugly disposition. You can still be, I would say, even like myself. Okay, this is me. I like to be fancy. And one time somebody told me, you just fancy and you just, do you go anywhere and you don't have on any makeup, or do you, do that? Do you ever? And I'm thinking like, is that a problem for you that I like to look nice? And looking nice is different for everybody. This doesn't have to be looking nice. Somebody might not like this, and that's okay, but I'm being me. I like makeup and jewelry and clothes and, stuff like that. I like to have my nails done, and they're not done all the time. You could probably look back through some videos and, I'm not going to always be on when I come on camera either. Sometimes it doesn't call for all that. Sometimes it just depends on, what my demeanor is, that day. But generally, I like to, dress up. I always say, and this is nothing bad about soccer moms or sports moms, because I'm a sports mom. Y'all know my kids are into sports. And I'm sometimes run out to the store, run out to, here and there, and I'm not looking like nothing. And I always say to myself, I don't want to look like a soccer mom. I don't want to just be running out in sweats all the time and just running here, running and looking unkept. Now, that's just me. But that has nothing to do with self-esteem per se, although that's just my disposition. I like to look nice. It makes me feel girly. So that helps my self-esteem even, also. But I can also dress down and just have like a ball cap and a ponytail and something like that and still feel cute. Like I just like to be cute. And like I said, people might not always think I'm cute. That's okay. But I'm just saying, for me, I like to look cutesy. And that's just my personality. That's just my demeanor. It's just me, my makeup. So that has nothing, like I said, to do with the total self-esteem of every woman. That just, makes me feel good. So people don't have to look like me. I don't have to look like others. Some people say it doesn't take all that. No, it doesn't. And I might look at someone and say, can't you dress up a little bit? Can't you do something else? And they're like, no. And that has to be okay too. So we are all different. But the thing is feeling comfortable in your own skin. there are different things. Like I said, you don't want to swing to the opposite end either and think just whatever way you are is okay. There are certain things, and you all know that I am a Christian and that I have certain standards. Christianity plays into my morals and standards. I say that. My morals, values, and standards. So when I speak about women and different things like that, I have to think about what the word says. And a lot of times people don't give accountability to anything. They don't think that they have anyone or anything to be accountable to, but I know that I am accountable to God. How I display myself, how people perceive me, and everything, you know, for me, that goes back on who I represent. So that's another subject for another time. I don't want us to get into the bad habit of comparing ourselves, because a lot of times, not all the time, but sometimes people are putting on a facade. On social media, there's a big facade going on, and you might try to pattern yourself after someone, and that's not even who they are. They're not even being real. You might try to go over your budget for what you make. You see somebody else living a certain lifestyle, and you might, you know, go out and buy that car that looks like theirs or whatever, that are in that same bracket, and you might extend yourself too much and get into debt. You might see certain hairstyles, you know, and people are changing their hairstyles all the time. You can't go to the hairdresser all the time. You may not be able to go to the hairdresser all the time. You may not be able to get your nails done, you know, and different things like that all the time, like some people do. So be true to yourself. If you like to look fancy, there's a lot of ways to ball on a budget, as I say. I have a video about that too. I'll try to link that at the end. But some people want a certain lifestyle, but they don't have the money to attain that lifestyle. And you are to be content with where you are, but you might not want to stay there. And you might want to have a certain look or a certain persona that makes you feel comfortable. Not necessarily trying to look a certain way for somebody else, but there are certain things that you would like to have. So there's all types of ways of your appearance. If you want certain hairstyles and different things, and you might have hair that's this short, but you want hair this long, there's plenty of ways to do that. There's plenty of YouTube videos to show you how to do that and all that. You know, doing it with wigs. You can do your nails your own self. You don't have to go to the the nail salon to get your nails done all the time. You can go to, and I use Broadway nail polish, and I you know, do my nails for pennies at a time. All it takes is shaping up your nails, keeping them healthy, and not biting them, and, you know, keeping them polished. And then, you know, sometimes women, oh gosh, they compare themselves bodily and the way that they look. That's what that hurts my heart. Everybody is beautiful. God made you beautiful. God don't make no junk. So you are beautiful, whether you are, some people think you have to be light skinned and tall, long hair, and we epitomize that as beauty. And there might be some of my white sisters, or, you know, African sisters, or Mexican, or whatever you are out there watching. Just because television, and they're getting better about this. I see a lot of different people on commercials and things like that. But there used to be a standard of beauty. Like for white people, I think it was blonde and fair skin and long hair and, you know, thin build. I think that's what their standard was. For black women, it was light skin and, you know, almost didn't matter what height, just light skin, big booty, a weave or something like that, and, you know, but you are beautiful. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder, and I will prove it to you. You ladies out there know that there's a certain type of man you like, right? Regardless of what the media says or what you see on the magazine cover, on social media, there's a certain type of guy that just flips your switch. For some people it's light skin, for some people it's dark skin, for some people short, bow-legged. There's all different types. You can just think in your mind what you like, right? To men, and I'm not doing this self-esteem thing based on men. I'm just saying beauty's in the eye of the beholder. You have the exact package that somebody out there likes. And you might say, well, I don't like it. Well, there's all kinds of ways. I don't want you to alter yourself now. But there's different ways to look a different way, whether it's through exercise or, I wouldn't go as far as bleaching skin and all that way. But, if you want a different body type, some things you can't help. It's just genetically passed down to you. And that's okay. Some things you do have to learn to love that you don't naturally like about yourself. But learn to love yourself, those little quirks and things like that. And because you think that because you don't particularly like them, there's somebody out there who loves it. You could be short and brown and chocolate with short hair, and you could just make some man fall to his knees. That's not what all this is about. I'm just saying. You could be light skinned and tall, light skinned and plump, no breasts and because there's some men who are not into that, So there's all types of different body styles, looks, hairstyles, different things like that draw people's attention, that some man is attracted to. And I said that just because I know that's what some women have in their mind. A lot of women, not all, but a lot of women, they sometimes focus on, getting a mate. And that's okay. If that's what you want, that's okay. But they think they have to fit a certain build or a certain look or something like that. Honey, you got your certain look going on. You do that look to the best of its ability. If your hair is short, get you the cutest short little hairstyle that you can do. If you're a natural, buy some products. There's so many tutorials out there that show you how to work with short hair. How to get it curly and wavy. You can go to a barber and get it cut in a cute style, or a hair salon, get it cut in a cute style or something like that. You could, if you are fine, you are gorgeous, work with different makeups and different things that accentuate your skin color. And you might not, some people don't like to wear makeup. That's fine. Just accentuate. You could accentuate with jewelry. It doesn't have to wear. You don't have to wear a lot of jewelry. And I'll stay on this topic for a little while because I know women are concerned about that. Is how men view them. So I'll hit here just for a minute. This is not my main spiel because it's not to please man or please a man. But just hitting on that, and I have to be honest. A lot of men, because I pay attention to that stuff. I love marriage, family, women, finding their right mate, a man finding their right mate. I love stuff like that. For example, my show that I love, Married at First Sight. I love stuff like that. So, but men like different things. Okay, like I was saying, they like different things. But what a man truly, truly cares about is that you are self-confident. That is a big turn on for a man, is a woman that is self-confident, not stuck up and not I forget the word that I'm looking for, but not cocky or anything, but someone who is self-confident, someone who knows herself, is comfortable in her own skin. Men do like women to look nice, to carry themselves like a lady. There are some women that are real brash in their personality and stuff like that. Hey, that's your personality. I'm just saying, men typically don't like super loud, brash, types. They can be confident and speak, and talk confidently and everything like that without being tacky. I'll say that. nobody wants a loudmouth know-it-all, and it's a bad look on a woman. It just is. So I know I'll probably get some comments about that, but it is what it is. A lot of times, oh, and they like for women to carry themselves. They want a lady. Not that you have to be dainty. You don't have to not speak and different things like that, but just be cool in your own element. Just, you know, just be you and not be overbearing. And just speaking on physically, they like a woman who cares about her appearance, a woman who is not disheveled in the way she looks. You know, her clothes are neatly together, whether she's fancy or she's not fancy, either one. I've heard one guy say, you know, I don't want a woman that's all frou-frou-ish and everything. I want her to look good in a baseball cap, you know, but to look put together. So there are plenty different ways you can throw casual clothes on and just look just as cute as you want to look without trying to be fancy, if that makes sense. Also, men like women with standards. There are certain things that you won't do, certain things and ways that you will not compromise, certain morals and values that you have that you won't compromise for them or anyone else. And I know some women out there may say, well, what about the man? And I'm not talking about men right now, just talking about women. So either a man will have to address that, or I'll address that in another video. But just talking about women now. But just, you know, just having a standard of lifestyle. There are certain things you might not do for him before you marry him. You're not cooking and cleaning and, you know, doing everything before you get married, because sometimes they say, well, why buy the cow when I'm getting the milk for free? That happens all the time. It happens all the time to wonderful, well-meaning women and different things like that. But, you know, sometimes women have a standard in some area and kind of let their standard slip in another area. And if you've done that, pick yourself up and move on. You know, you learn from your mistakes. But yeah, men, they watch a lot of things that you don't think that they watch. And that kind of can either X you off their list or put you to the top of their list. Be a peach out of reach. It could be not dressing certain ways. You do not have to be half naked. You don't have to be half naked showing everything to get a man or to feel that you have great self-esteem. You know, showing breasts and, you know, different things like that. You see that all the time in ways that we didn't see back in the day. And sometimes you can disrespect yourself without a man or anyone else ever having to disrespect you. Be yourself for who you are. Don't overdo it on the outside to where it's okay to look pretty and to look beautiful without being over sexualized. And different things like that. And I'll just hit on something for a second. There are certain places to wear certain things, and there are certain places not to wear certain things. Where there's certain ways that God requires us to be, and, you know, not being nasty, not being unfriendly, not being, he doesn't want us to be rude. You know, oh Lord. I see so many women portraying themselves, you know, they cussing all the time and just, oh my gosh, I can't even put it all into words, but y'all know what I mean. Just being unladylike. And like I said, you don't have to be stuck up and stuff like that to be a lady, but you don't have to be bulldagging or, you know, just being outlandishly. I was at Walmart the other day, and this woman was on her cell phone, and she was talking about how F somebody, my so-and-so and somebody, you know, and she was just, I mean, loud, you involve other people when you're loud, and don't get upset when people look at you, and you involve them when they can overhear your conversation and, you know, see what you're doing. And then people have the nerve to get mad when others stare or, you know, listen to their conversation, or, you know. And she was going, my MFing mother saying such and such to me, and she get on my nerve. I love her, but she get on my nerve. She always telling me this, da, da, da. She kept on saying my effing mother. I said, oh my goodness. Oh my Lord. And it's embarrassing. I think it's tacky when anybody does it. You know, anybody does it. But I'm just like, oh Lord. Be careful of the things that you watch, the things that you listen to, because what goes in most time comes out. There are certain things you don't want to be a part of your makeup when you're, you know, developing yourself and trying to be better and stuff like that. And just period, you just don't want certain things in you because it comes out. And the music that's out there nowadays is not good for it's just not good for you. If you're trying to be a good person, you're trying to love yourself, and you're trying to, you know, that the music, some of the shows, some of the stuff on social media and different things, it's not good for your self-esteem either, because it's showing you things that should not be, and it's almost inundating you and kind of like forcing things upon you. So be careful with what you see, what you hear. You know, sometimes I have to, when I'm listening to stuff on the radio, you know, at a certain point in my life, God started working on me about that. And I had to stop listening to things. And, you know, you just don't want that, certain things floating around in your head. Okay, that's that. But anyway, having a good dose of self-esteem is loving yourself, being good to yourself, being true to yourself, not letting other people put their inundate what they think you should be on to yourself. Know that what you're loving and being confident in, God has agreed with that. And give yourself permission to be happy. So if you have any questions or any comments, please put them below in the comment box. I would love to get your feedback. You just don't know what that does for me. Don't forget to subscribe. Click that notification bell, like I said at the beginning, because you will not get my videos continuously if you don't click that notification bell. All right, share this video with someone that you think may need a good dose of self-esteem, or may want to learn how to get self-esteem. All right, guys, I will talk to you later. I love you, and I'll see you next time right back here on Tracie's Place.